I'm videotaping in this dark setting because I need to reflect on the darkness of things people saying about the AI bust coming and the darkness this will become. Now, a lot of people are saying that there's an AI bubble. Now, in my lifetime, there's been a housing bubble, which really doesn't apply much to the way technology works. The only technology bubble and bust that I've seen was the dot-com bubble. So before we even begin, everybody remember that the people who didn't lose their mind and kept pushing forward to find a use for the internet are among the richest people on the planet. So much for bubbles. But I would go even further to say that I don't think there really is an AI bubble coming. Okay? And it's for a number of these reasons. Okay? Firstly, all right, whereas the internet seemed really cool at first, once you got on in 1999, the thing you found was there wasn't really much use for it. It actually took a huge amount of effort once the internet highway was down to paraphrase my old boss Roger Schenck, build the internet cars. Okay? So there was going to be about a bunch of time that was going to be needed. With generative AI, it's magic in a bottle. If anyone who's telling me that it's not useful for work tasks, I don't know where you're coming from. It can summarize large documents. It summarizes email trails. It can evaluate your text for readability. It can do research. You can ask it to check its research. Unlike Google, you can actually ask it to approve everything it tells you. You can have it give you links to the information to check it. You can give it new information, and it will include that new information. You can do this all in natural language. Yesterday, I just, as a test, asked ChatGPT to make me a version in Python of Space Invaders. About 5 minutes later, I was playing Space Invaders in Python. Now, if you say, well, it's just repeating, I asked it to make it with an LGDP-friendly one with different colors, and it managed to do that. So this thing is really useful. That's one. Two, a lot of people are talking about, well, it's useful, but there's just general users using it, and it's not the licensed revenue stream. To that, I answer simply, companies are not going to want their employees to use the unlicensed version for work. Okay? This isn't like Google search where they're just searching. Companies are rightfully concerned that the AIs will be able to pick up their intellectual knowledge. This gives a simple licensing model that more and more enterprise users will be willing to pay the extra money to be kept essentially out of the training model. Now, in this case, then, an ecosystem develops where the free users are the ones who are actually generating the language interactions in which the models train on. So essentially, free users are the revenue source for the enterprise users who pay for it. So the model here is like Meta had a profit-making model, Google had a profit-making model. There is a very good profit-making model in AI. The general public uses it for free, and that keeps its language models evolving, and enterprise corporate users pay. It's rather simple. It's a proven revenue model. The final one is, okay, let's say the stock market freaks out about the benefits of AI despite everything I've said out here and starts pulling its funds. That's what happened with the dot-com bubble. There had been lots of money flooding into the internet, and then suddenly there was a panic. Well, you have to point out that there's difference between the players right now in the AI bomb coming and the dot-com bomb. The dot-com bubble was fueled by lots of small startups. Going into 1999, there weren't a lot of established companies on the internet. It was totally new technology. I mean, America Online and can't even remember some of the other ones, and Microsoft had a player. But what was developing were there were lots of startups, the famous Pets.com or Boo.com or various other startups. These were small companies with new concepts that were totally, totally dependent on feed source. And of course, there are AI startups as well. But when that capital fell out, all these small investors companies did not have the wherewithal to survive, and they all collapsed, leaving a few players who are now amongst some of the most profitable companies in the world: Google, Amazon, Meta. Okay, so right now on the AI boom, though, because of the intense investment it requires to build a large language model learning, the players are all well stocked. They've got plenty of money. Okay, Meta, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. They've got plenty. These are the big players. Even IBM. The people who are in on this have plenty of money, and they also have plenty of other profit revenue streams. Microsoft is not dependent on Copilot AI. Amazon is not dependent on it. Google makes money beyond Gemini, okay? The funding is coming from established big companies with huge war chests with lots of established revenue streams before. So even if there's a bubble in AI, I mean, OpenAI's value may go down and various other companies, startups may go down, but the big players who are pushing it, they can fall back on their other revenue streams and establish money, weather it out until the panic fades. So, to be quite frank with you, I can't really see how this is particularly when I work with generative AI and I see its value. I don't think there's a question. I really don't think to see an AI bubble burst coming. Just doesn't seem right to me.